Hi, this is video number 3 in the series where I'll be posting content for the next 30 days. I wanted to talk about how you handle input with type file. Now you might have seen input with type text, which is pretty easy to deal with, but when it comes to handling files in the browser, it's a little bit complicated. I will be showing you how you can allow users to basically upload files and then how you can handle those files in the browser. As you can see, we are starting from a blank screen. I have generated a new React project using Vite. If you don't know Vite, Vite is a front-end tool that allows you to generate projects in React, Angular or Vue. So if you are learning React for the first time, I highly recommend using Vite rather than just going straight up for Next.js or some of the other frameworks. And if you want me to show you how Vite works, let me know in the comments below. I will post a link to Vite in the description as well. So let's go ahead. So I have an input here with type file. Whenever you are using type file, you can add a new attribute called accept, and this will basically allow you to manage what kind of files do you want to allow users to upload. So for me, I only want to allow the user to upload images. That's why I have image/star. The star means the format of the image doesn't matter, so they can upload whatever format the image is in. Now this input will only allow the user to upload one single file. If you want to allow user to upload multiple files at once, you can do that using multiple attribute. To keep things simple, we'll just be dealing with one file. So now let's go ahead. I will add onChange handler to this, and then let's add handle file upload. Let's add our handler here, and then native event. This event is very much similar to if you have type text here. So let's just console log it and see what comes up. And let me just take a screenshot of this code itself so we can just upload this. So now if I save this, come here, refresh desktop, let me inspect elements. Now we have our console log. So what we are looking for in this object is this target, and then inside target there must be another property called files that we can use to access the files that we have uploaded. So if you see here, so let's console log that e.target.files, save. Yeah, so this is our file list. If you see, this is of type file. If you don't know what type file is, it's basically a blob, a binary large object with some more information on it. So this is just a binary version of the file that we are uploading, but it will give you some of the other information about that file. For example, size, type of the file, name, etc. So let's say you only want to allow users to upload files worth certain size. You can control that with this size property. So now let's say if you want to upload this file to backend, like to server or somewhere else, this is what you will be using. You will be making a request to your backend server and then just pass this file in the body parameters. Now let's say you want to send this file to the backend. If the size of the file is smaller, then there will be no issues. But let's say if it is a large file, you don't want to send the whole file to the backend at once. You want to split your file into multiple chunks. So for our case, let's console log a single file instead of logging the whole array. Let me clear the console. I have to refresh. Okay, so this is our file now. Right now, the way chunking works is this file type has certain properties or methods on it. One of them is called slice. So whatever the size of the file is, you can, let's say, split that into chunks of 10,000 bytes, and then you can keep on slicing 10,000 chunks and sending it to your backend. I will not be going into that in this video, but if you do want me to make video on it, let me know in the comments below. So this is good enough if you want to send the file to your backend. But let's say if you want to show the file that you're uploading right here in the browser, like you want to allow users to see the preview of the file. So what you can do is, so we have a reference to our file here, right? Let me store that. Let's call this uploaded file, and now we will use an API called FileReader API. So let's do that. So I will initiate a reader, and then I'll do reader dot read as data URL, and then I'll pass my file reference to that method. And then what we want to do is reader dot onload is equal to Let's pass this function event, and then we'll just simply console log this event. Now let me refresh, upload the same file, and then this is our event from the FileReader API. What we want is we want this target, and then there is a property inside this called result. This is the URL that we can use to show the preview to the user. So let's console log that. Or what we can also do is we can store that as a state variable. So let's do that instead. So I'll initiate a state variable called image URL, set image URL, and the initial value for this will be null. Let's import use state hook. So what we'll do now is we'll just set the state variable event dot target dot result. And now what we can do here is I can add image attribute conditionally. So if image URL is there, then just add image attribute and set the source to this image URL. Now if we did everything right, then we should see a image preview right below this input. So let's try that. So let me refresh, and there you go. Now to go over everything again, if you just want to send your files to the backend server, only this is required. But keep that in mind, if your file is larger, I'll recommend you chunking it into smaller pieces and then sending those chunks. It's called streaming. I will not be going over that in this video, but if you want, let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a video on that. And then you can use this FileReader API if you want to show a preview of the file being uploaded to the user. That is pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.